I'm Kaya. We've just started a music blog called ayemusicthings, and today I'm joined by Yvette Young, a very multi-talented, multi-instrumentalist for the band Covet, and of course her own music, which she's on tour with Sean in the UK right now. So, welcome to Glasgow. How are you doing? How is tour with Sean been so far?
It's been really amazing. They're all really cool to hang out with, and I feel like part of what's made this tour really enjoyable is it just feels like hanging out with friends.
Because you've done quite a few shows before, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, it's familiar faces and everyone's just really chill all the time, so it's not like, I don't know.
And you told me they're very chill, they don't get crazy.
Yeah, they're not really like parties or anything. I mean, they know how to have fun. But yeah, it's basically pretty straightforward. You just drive, play shows, drive. People think touring is like this crazy thing.
Yeah,
I think
that's true.
at the end of the day, you have very little time to go wild.
How have the fans been and meeting people and all the shows and stuff? Good turnouts as well.
Amazing turnouts. Like Sean always packs the room.
True.
It's been so amazing watching how happy they make all their fans every night. Like just playing I'm always at the merch and I'm like looking at everyone's faces and everyone's just like ecstatic. Like they look like they're really happy. They have a very happy demographic for their fan base. And it's been, the reception to everything has been awesome. Everyone's always been really respectful, and merch has been doing great too. So I feel like people here are just really supportive.
That's good. Right, so getting into it, let's start off by talking about how you make a living as a musician. I heard that you were an art instructor and you also did tattooing. Are you still doing that now?
Yeah, a little bit. I definitely still work at an art school. But that's been dwindling because just tour schedules make it impossible for me to have like a permanent position there. So I'm mainly like a substitute. I used to be more full-time, but more and more of my life has been segueing to like full-time musician.
So you're nearly there, but you're still like doing it every now and again.
Yeah, I think I do it just because I like in my head, I don't know, like the Asian voice is like stable adult job. Like I think I feel safe like having that under my belt, but
I also enjoy being a teacher as well.
Oh, absolutely! I love being around kids. They teach me a lot. They teach me all the time about, I guess, like how to explain concepts to people. The best way to learn something, to know that you master a subject, is to be able to break it down and teach it to others. So it's really pushed my own mastery of art, music, whatever I'm teaching.
Right.
In addition to that, I also paint guitars and I freelance design.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. So is that helping you enable yourself to like get closer and closer to going to music full time, having these commissions?
Yeah, it's like a nice way to balance tour schedule with being self-employed. I can set my own hours as long as I keep being productive and keep being diligent about planning my hours and treat it like an actual job. I think it's pretty easy to do because the demand's always there.
Yeah, it's true. So moving on, how do you balance your time with art and music, learning new instruments sometimes as well, and just like in general life, like trying to, just even stuff like laundry versus like writing music and everything like this?
I guess every day I try to make something. I try to do something productive. I try to learn something. I try to write a song, try to finish a commission, start a commission, do some kind of design, do something creatively productive. And I think that way, every day is not a waste. And if I get burnt out on one subject, I just move on to the next. It's kind of like...
It's like a rolling door.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great...
So you're always like moving on to something else.
Yeah. So that way, if I'm stuck on a song or something, I can be like, alright, this guitar song isn't going anywhere. I'm going to go take it to piano.
Right.
And then I'm going to write something on piano. So that's how I ended up with a million projects. Because I keep on writing on different instruments and stuff.
And is that something that you might like go over in your jam play lesson pack as well? I think I saw the ad and you said something about being efficient with time.
Yes, time management.
Plays all into that.
Yeah, time management, efficient practicing, and how to get over the writer's block, like at least how I combat it. Because it's a thing, like I don't just excrete songs, they take a lot of work, and sometimes it is really random. Sometimes it's like, well, I'm supposed to be, doing this other important thing, but I just wrote a song. So creativity strikes at very inopportune moments.
So moving on, classical pianist when you're younger.
Yeah.
That's why they got you almost like forced you to do lessons when you're younger. So what's the perspective on music in your life back then compared to now that is more like what you do?
You know, it's funny, it's being an Asian American in this industry is quite interesting. Because I feel like, okay, so before they wanted me to be a classical pianist, and I was definitely on that route, and I was doing okay. I just, at the time, it didn't really do anything for me because I didn't like competing. Like, I don't think music should be a competition. It's like an art form, and how can you use an art form to like crush it? It doesn't make sense to me. So always like that kind of dissonance always was in my heart doing the classical piano, especially competitions. I didn't appreciate back then, but I certainly do now. Like, I'm really happy that I have my classical piano background, and really grateful for all the hours I put in, because I feel like that's the only reason why I was able to pick up guitar by myself so quickly. And
Because you're musical background.
yeah, it's like learning a language. What's Spanish, French is a little easier because there's long dates and stuff. And like English is weird, but still easier to learn than just starting from nothing. And addressing how they view what I do now. I think at first they're like, I don't blame them. They're like, oh my god, my daughter's a musician, an artist. Like, how is she going to sustain herself? She's just going to live in a box. Yeah, that's the stereotype at least. But I think as long as you're smart about it, and as long as you keep on working at it, and you're not just sitting there and not doing anything, you're not hustling. I think there's always a way to make money out of your passion. And I think I've gotten very lucky. I think half of it is the grind, and then half of it is being at the right place at the right time. And I certainly acknowledge the latter. If someone didn't acknowledge the latter, then they would find themselves very frustrated, because like a lot of it is luck, and I definitely got lucky. Right now, they support it. I think they're at least cooler about it. Like before, I had to secretly go play shows, and I don't have to do that anymore. Like I used to feel like guilt when I was like, I have to go play a show. Like, I don't know, you being a scientist. But nowadays, I go to tour. They always like worry for me. But yeah, they're supportive in their unique way.
Right.
I think I don't know. It's been really heartwarming. I think having my dad's coworkers, my mom's coworkers, all like rooting for me too. Has put them more on my side as well. It's funny. Like, one of my dad's coworkers was like, "Oh my God, my son loves this guitar player. She plays this guitar or whatever." And then he was like describing her to my dad. And my dad was like, "My daughter plays guitar," and he like showed him my videos, and he was like, "That's her. That's her." It's really funny. So yeah, life is weird.
So speaking of your parents, is it true that you did the music video for Aries in your parents' garage? Are you still living with them?
Yes, I actually find it a lot easier to live at home because number one, the Bay Area is so expensive. It's like gentrified tissue. Yeah, and also I can't justify moving out if I have to not be home for. Yeah, like if I'm not home for a month and a half, like I don't want to send subletters. I don't want to figure out a way how to scrounge up rent for when I'm not living there. So, yeah, we built a room in my garage, and we furnished it by going to thrift stores, and we like painted it and drywalled it and like carpeted it. And then this happened over 3 days, so we built it in 2 days, and then we filmed it in 1 day.
Right. Sounds pretty crazy. What's the story about it? How did you come up with like the idea and the plan?
It kind of changed. Like at first, it was going to be like a fighting thing, like we were all going to fight in the room. But then we realized that we're not like we don't do stunts, so I could potentially kill someone, like because we were playing around with like axes and saws and hammers and shit. I was like, wait a minute, like I'm not trained to dodge this axe. Like I could get axed in the face, like so we changed it a bit to be. And then my idea was having it just being no narrative, but then for some reason. Like that's what I originally wanted, but it kind of still included characters and stuff. So yeah, I guess.
Did you kind of make up those scenes as you went along with the characters?
Yeah, we did. We made it up. A lot of stuff was just on the fly. We just wanted to have fun. Like that was the whole purpose of the video. Like let's just be weird and like have fun. Yeah, a lot of people were trying to like analyze it and stuff. And I was like, no, like we're not trying to be deep here. We're just like. I mean, that's great if you find meaning in something, but yeah, I mean, truly our intent is just to break shit, as Limp Bizkit would say.
That's amazing. So, moving on to the next section, which I like to call Explain That Gram, where I show you a picture from your Instagram and you explain the story behind it, which I totally did the silver bubbles, please specifically. Right. So first off, here's the covet box.
Okay.
What's the origin behind this one? Like what made you think I need to draw a really thick food and then put covet?
So I like for some reason last tour I drew butts on everyone, like that became my autograph. I don't know how that happened. I think somebody asked for it and I like put it on my Instagram and then everyone started asking for it. And I think I'm like, well, I guess I'm that ass girl now. Like, so I was like, well, let's just put on a shirt. It's like kind of funny to have like a swimsuit. Like I wanted to look like kind of like those really raunchy 70s like magazine covers and stuff. Yeah, that like motel gross. Yeah, obliquely so, but yeah, that's how I came up with that design. It's our best seller.
Is it really?
It's crazy. They like sold out immediately.
That's amazing. Alright, so this next picture, you're wearing a costume hat of some sort. It's like how
It's a cow hat. So me and my bandmates like to hit up thrift stores all the time because we find all kinds of funny stuff we've been wearing. I don't know, we're just goofy. And I found that stuffed cow head and I thought it would be funny to wear it. And I just posed with it.
Right.
They're fun. I mean, I think most of what I wear is fun.
Whenever I see stuff you post on Facebook or Instagram, I think a lot of people, I mean, I assume a lot of people think this as well, like, you have a very, like, unique sense of fashion. Is it just because you keep on, like, you find, like, unique things at thrift stores and stuff?
Yeah, I think it's fun, because I'm a visual artist, I think it's fun to find your voice also through fashion. Like,
right.
I think fashion is, it can be like, you know, on one hand you could just be a consumer and just buy whatever people like advertise to you and like go with like the current trends, but I think it's also a really empowering way to find your own voice and like to express yourself. And like, you know, if you dress nice in a comfortable way, it makes you feel confident. And you know, I have not always been the most confident assertive person, but like, you know, when I dress nice, I feel nice and I feel like I can, you know, face the day.
That's cool to hear.
Yeah.
Right, so this next picture where you're, is that photo that's in your bag?
Yes, it is.
And the fuck feelings sound that you guys saw there. How did you come up with the idea to like get someone to take a photo of you with phone?
So I needed to promote a Seattle run that we were doing. It's like a one-off show, and I was like, guys, I'm just gonna be weird and like spit noodles out. And then I was wearing this hat at practice because I thought it was funny. So I wore it, and then I, you know, did the noodle thing, and I think at the time the shot, the picture, and then yeah, I guess it went like viral.
Yes.
It's really weird. I was like, guys, it's just to promote this show, but it somehow went viral. And then people printed on a shirt, and now there's a shirt with me barfing noodles out with a Funk Feelings hat. And I'm a meme.
You're living me.
Yeah.
So this next picture here is something that you also bought from a thrift store.
Yes.
And I guess we kind of already went over the fact that you guys always go to thrift stores and like look for clothes. We don't have to talk about it too much, but I guess you could just explain the story behind this particular item.
So David and I needed to go look for, I think something it's for a shoot. We were going to go look for like scarves or something because I think it's in the Sea Dragon video actually. I made the Sea Dragon itself, like I sewed it and I like made it out of plaster and I sculpted it myself. So I think I needed some like extra fabric to drape over me like went to look. And then I found that jumpsuit and I was just like, what an abomination. Like, first of all, it is an absolute travesty that someone donated that, because that could be on someone's body, they could be totally smacked out. Second of all, it's crazy that got made, and that was like the fashion that people wear. I like stuff from the past, because it's like a kind of like yeah, like you get to see what people back then, how they dressed, and this is obviously very 80s.
Yeah.
The shoulder pads and the cut and all that, the print. Really ugly, and I thought it'd be really funny to like put it on. I was like, there's no way it's gonna fit me, and then it fit me, and I was like, well, I guess this means I need to buy it. It was only $7. I think it's in my costume box somewhere. So yeah, it was funny, and then yeah, I guess I posed with it and as a joke.
Alright, that's cool. So the next one, the final one, is you posing with, I'm assuming your head shape.
I have 5 pictures.
5? When was the point that you kind of realized you're so in love with cards and like everything about it and whatnot? And like when did you start getting head shakings?
we had ducklings, chicks, chickens, parrots, parakeets, all kinds of birds around the house always. And to me, it's like a feeling of home because like we all always took care of the ducks and all that. It's like comfort. And I think they're beautiful and they're so cute. And I really like drawing them as well. To me, they're like a symbol of freedom, which is a concept that I'm always writing. Painting and just every art form seems to have the same theme of like freedom and running away. Yeah, so I really like them. They're cool. And in terms of getting chickens, it's funny. My mom one day just brought them home and she's like, I guess we have chickens now. She was like, because we have all this food waste. Like, I think it would be cool to compost and have recycle the food waste. Chickens eat it, and then also we can have like really happy chicken eggs. We don't have to buy eggs anymore. We can just like have our own source of eggs. It's like a nice cycle set up there. And they just happen to be really friendly and like you hold them. That's cool. Yeah.
Right, so we're back with actual voice recorder audio.
Sweet.
Right, so moving on to the next questions. You recently released your second acoustic EP, Acoustics 2, June 20th, I think it was.
Yes.
And you redid A Map of the String, A Light as part 2 for that. How do you think you've kind of grown personally as a musician and as a person from part 1 to part 2?
So part 1 I wrote when I was really depressed. Actually, both parts are depressing. They're both from the same like melancholy place, hopeless place that I wrote Acoustics EP1 from. Like EP1 was just about like depression and like wanting to like disappear and disintegrate and like run away. And I think, I don't know, like it's like kind of like the progression from EP1 to EP2. EP2 is all about like getting over your fears, getting over that feeling of being out of control and wanting to disappear and like finding empowerment from, I don't know, just like owning yourself essentially, and like it's more about growth and development rather than like running away from your problems. Yeah, it's from a less depressed place. Part 2, it's like the whole song is about feeling so hopeless. I remember I was really, really depressed and feeling, I like wrote the lyrics to that, and then but the ending I wanted to be ambiguous. It's like about like how death is like a release from like all the suffering in this lifetime.
Yeah, because that's like a common like lyrics from both 1 and 2.
Yeah, it's like just dying is like permanent rest, and that concept always like fascinated me. And then, but the song part 2 ends with that there could be some light at the end. So I wanted it to be ambiguous, like someone can take it like, oh, there can be some light when you die, like when you're released, like you go to heaven or whatever you believe in, and there could be like some light, some like peace at the end. Or it could be like, well, wait a minute, I don't want to die though, because like there could be something great waiting for me around the corner. Who knows? Who knows what's waiting for you? So stick around.
So there's like 2 different possible potential ways to look at it.
Yes.
Like one, less happy, well in a sense. It depends also how you view the relationship with that. And then one is more of a hopeful, like maybe things can change kind of attitude as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of about like toiling with yourself over this like sadness, but then being like, well, I should stick around. Like maybe at the end there's something that's, maybe I'll feel like I have purpose. Maybe there'll be resolution and closure.
Right. So from what I know, you're going to record your piano EP this winter, which you were talking about before. Like you've been out this month. What kind of direction is it going in compared to your acoustic EP? Is it more like a cinematic feel or atmospheric? Is it going to be as technical? Is there any anime influences?
I'm so excited about it. It's like piano's definitely, I don't know, I just feel more fluent on it. It's my first language, yeah, exactly. My frame of reference is always piano. I feel like it's very quintessentially me. Like I have my style on it that I always like to write in, and that's probably, it sounds like Miyazaki film music, but if it was mathy and a little bit more technical and upbeat. Yeah, I feel like I want it to tell a story. Like all of my music, if it does anything for you, I want it to be emotional and tell a story. But I also want it to be like interesting to listen to and like have like, I don't know, groove or be be kind of like odd time signatures because I love that shit. So yeah, I guess it's like trying to find a way to marry those two ideas.
Right. And what kind of instruments are you going to be utilizing? I know you like recently you started learning to play the harp and banjo, which like used an acoustic key.
Yeah.
Are you going to be using any guitar or violin as well?
I might toy with guitar and violin, and I'm working with this cello player that
From the same room acoustics.
Oh no, I'm recording in New York, so I found a cello player there, and yeah, basically a lot of how I write backing stuff is on the spot. Like, I don't plan it. I'm like, what do you hear? Like, what do we hear over this? For me, of course, I always ask myself, what do you hear? So I just improv over it. And then all of acoustics too, all of the backing stuff was like improv. Like, it wasn't really written. It was just like whatever I heard played. So I think that's fun, because then you end up surprising yourself.
Yeah.
It's also dangerous, because you can also end up with a part that you didn't then later decide you're not that crazy about. But when you're in a pinch for time, that's the best thing to do. But I think it came out alright. And I'm going to do the same thing for this piano EP. I have all the piano written out. I'm going to just, whatever I think it needs, I'll like listen to a lot, whatever I think it needs, I'll end up adding them to.
So it's going to be very spontaneous then?
Yes.
In terms of that?
Yes, I think it's fun. It's scary, but it also keeps you on
your toes.
Your toes. You never know, like what's gonna come out afterwards.
Right.
It's like painting a subject, but you don't know what you're gonna put in the background. So you paint the subject, and then you see the subject, and then the background will be obvious to you.
Oh, okay, that's quite interesting. I mean, speaking to someone who's not very good with art, that's quite interesting analogy. But I'm assuming our artists out there will understand very well.
Sorry. it's like cooking like a steak, and then you just know what sauce to go with the steak.
Right.
Like you cook it and you're like, yeah. I don't know. I'm not a chef. Yeah.
Right. So, any news or updates on Covet? Like, are you working your album?
Yes, we're recording. We have some exciting news that I can't say yet.
Oh, right.
But we are recording at the same time I'm going to go do the piano stuff. So the whole month in New York, recording with Mike Watts at Voodoo Studios, and we're going to basically just do Covet first, and then the extra 2 weeks I booked I'm going to devote to piano.
Right. That's great.
Yeah. They're playing Askier. I love this song. This is like my favorite. They're playing Askier. Sorry, I just need to... So good. Anyway, this is one of my favorite Icelandic artists right now. He's like a songwriter, and he's, oh my god, so good. Anyway, that was a tangent.
Right, so we'll move on to the next one. So this is kind of serious, so just warn you for it. Sexism in music. You've had some personal experiences, I guess.
Yes.
And I'm going to read to you this quote, and we'll go from there. So,
I know, I think I know which quote.
Yvette is pretty lame. She's not bad, but she's far from being a Pliny or a Tosin. She only gets that much attention because of her big, hot Asian ass.
Yes.
How do you feel when someone attributes your hard work to your physical appearance, and how would you personally start to get someone who thinks like that to look past your appearance and maybe listen to the music instead of thinking about how you look as well?
Okay, let's dissect that statement, because I was gonna do it in the comments when I first saw it, but I was like, you know what, this person doesn't deserve, like, okay, they're trolling probably, or they're simply too thick to understand why what they're saying is controversial, so I'm not even gonna waste my time explaining. But now that we can dissect this comment, it's messed up, because first of all, I have two main issues with it. The first part is that it's assuming that I'm trying to be Pliny or Tosin. But why would I want to follow in the footsteps of someone who's already mastered what they're doing? Like, I'm not trying to be someone else. I'm trying to like find my own way. And it is frustrating for people to constantly be like, oh, she's trying to be Tosin or Pliny. And they're great. Like, they're so badass at what they do. Why would I... If I try to be them, I'm never going to be them, you know? So a better way to approach just being in the industry is to find your own voice. Be unique, stand out, find like what makes you, sellable, I guess, and like work with that. So I'm not trying to be Pliny and Tosin, and that's funny that he's just pitting me against them, and pitting even them against each other, categorizing them. I even told him, I was like, can we not compare musicians like they're fucking Pokemon or something? Because it's like, you know, it's really lame to be like, well, like, you know, Plenty has nothing on Tosin because Plenty's sweep technique is like level 1000. It's just like so lame. Like, why don't we just not do that? Again, it just reminds me of my classical background where I was constantly pit against people, and it's like, why? I don't even want to be pit. I get pit against other girls all the time, and it's like, for me, that's so frustrating because it's like, I'm not trying to like squash people. I'm trying to like make a community, and you don't get a community by having that competitive attitude or mindset. That's not how you become productive. So that's one reason why I find it problematic. And the second one, obviously, he brought my butt into the conversation. And I mean, it's flattering that he thinks it's big and hot and stuff, but you know, quite frankly, it's always been a source of self-consciousness for me. And he doesn't know this, that person who commented, but I've always felt very self-conscious about the lower half of my body just because I felt like, you know, I had anorexia. I was sick. I don't want to be viewed as big or like, I've always struggled with weight. That's very personal, but it's a real thing, and he didn't know that. So luckily, I'm over it right now. I'm not anorexic. It could have been very potentially triggering for me, but it wasn't. But yeah, also, who cares? Like, my butt is big. Does it influence the way I play guitar? Like, it's not like the surface area of ass has anything to do with like how.
Is that a direct correlation?
Like, there's a direct correlation. Like, if scientists one day discover that ass surface area directly correlates to like, I guess, picking technique or whatever, then fine, I will eat my words. But there's no correlation. I don't think it should be part of the picture. And how I navigate constantly having people talk about my body is I just try to not make it part of the equation. Like that Aries music video, I didn't even realize people would notice my butt. Like it was my first time. I think it's so funny that I'm talking about my butt in an interview. I didn't think that people would notice me wearing pants. Like maybe it's because I wear loose like dresses all the time. Nobody really noticed, but I wore pants for that. I remember it's a big deal. I had to make a decision. I was like, okay, I'm gonna wear pants. I've never done this before in a video. Like I'm kind of self-conscious about it, but I'll just do it because who cares, you know? And I did it, and then like you know, people were just like ass. Like, so to me, what that tells me is like, all right, I have to find more ways to just like make it about the playing. I think it's great if girls want to play their appearance cards. Like if they're beautiful, that's awesome, and they should be able to do that. But for me, my own way to navigate that is just to not make appearance part of it. I don't want my identity to be part of my physical identity to be part of like what people see or hear when they hear my music. I want it to be just my music. So that's why for my Instagram videos, for a lot of my YouTube stuff, like I don't sexualize myself. From Instagram, I cut off my head. I want them to not even think it's a girl. I don't use hashtags like girl guitarist because that's categorizing yourself. Like if you're trying for equality, like don't categorize yourself. Don't make it an even playing field. You know, you shouldn't have to label yourself as a female shredder to like get noticed. You know, just hashtag it music. That's all it is. It's just all music. Who cares if you're black, if you're Asian, if you're a girl, you got a big ass, you got a flat ass. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's good to hear.
Sorry, that was a very long.
No, that's good. That's the kind of answer. And do you wanna answer this, or do you wanna be about now? How would you even like someone who's that, let's say, thick, as you put it, how do you even start to get them to kind of realize what the errors in their own thinking and like maybe try and get them to change their viewpoint? How would you go about that?
Well, I'm a very big proponent of actions speak louder than words, especially if they're too thick to understand words or not even open-minded to like reason. Because I tried reasoning with him, but he was just like, he was obviously. Yeah, I replied.
Oh wait, no,
Yeah, he was very defensive and then antagonistic, even though I was being very kind. And then he accused me of not being able to take criticism, even though I acknowledged what he said was correct. But I said, like, it's lame that you're, you know, I'm not playing, I'm not tipsy. Congratulations, yeah, you figured it out. But yeah, I just thought, you know, it's really funny because that comment happened the exact week that I was playing a show with Lenny. So it's like, you know, he probably feels like a fool if he sees like him criticizing me not being the same caliber as my friends. First of all, yeah, they're my friends. Like Lenny's my friend, so why would I want to be pit against him? Yeah, and so he probably saw this playing a show and just felt silly later. So, you know, actions speak louder than words. If rather than explain it to him, I'll just go play a show with someone that he thinks I'm not good enough for. And that to me is funny in itself.
So, last question. we kind of went over some of this, but when you're younger, you were. Is it true that you were forced to play, like practice even when you didn't want to by your parents?
Oh yeah.
Right.
It was very difficult because for me it was not fun because music it wasn't about exploration. I think if you were to give a child an outlet, an artistic outlet, you would have to give them a choice. You can expose them to many things, but let them choose. This is how I would parent. But also like make it about exploration rather than like, you gotta be perfect, you gotta beat other people with it. Like, it's not fun anymore when it's about technicality or just competition. I think I was forced to do it for college to make my resume look nice, and also because that was the path that my cousins were headed to that too. Yeah, so it wasn't fun at the time. I actually hated music, and it's only until I decided to teach myself guitar that I rediscovered my love for it, and it rekindled my passion for piano and violin as well.
It's also true that you had to play through a broken finger for a competition.
Yeah, it's broken.
Oh wow, yeah, it's
You want to touch it? It like cracks. It snaps. The joint's completely broken, so I have to find a way to use my pinky all the time in a way so it doesn't lock because it's totally broken.
So you went through all that. Like you mentioned before as well. You went through high school with being in and out of hospital from anorexia as well,
Yeah.
and then you discovered guitar, and then you came up with this slogan that you live by: art is healing and music is medicine. So can you explain like what music means to you in your own words, like as an outlet?
So as I mentioned earlier, I didn't always have the best self-esteem. I was always kind of not the most assertive person, and I didn't really think that I had a lot of support. And I think what music and art did for me, well, because all of my struggles were physical appearance. Like, I was like, oh, I'm not thin enough, I'm not like, like pretty enough, I'm not like, I had all these like outside body issues, and I think what helped me heal from anorexia the most was just taking all of my self-worth and channeling it to things that aren't physical. So things that you can control. Because anorexia is all about control. I can control my music, how much music I write. I can control how much art I put out. And for me, it became a really big source of my self-esteem. I would say that 99% of my self-worth now just comes from what I create with my hands. What I'm able to write, what I'm able to do. Like, it's like magic. You can make something out of nothing. And I think that's really, really crazy cool. So for me, finding music and art as an outlet was really great because it gave me a new form of self-worth that didn't depend on my external appearance, which, if I got to start on the topic, I think is really problematic in our current society, especially for young girls. It's really hard navigating that world because you get a lot of really crazy...
Do you get a lot of mixed signals?
Yeah, you do. And you're put against the standard of like perfection, which is impossible. So I think it's better if people, this is just my opinion, but it's better if people get their self-worth from something that they can control, that comes from within, that is timeless, that doesn't degrade with age. And I think if anything, it just gets better. So for me, music was that. I got to write my feelings through my lyrics. Even playing, I get to paint a story of how I'm feeling. Drawing and stuff, it's like I lose myself when I draw because I do so much detail, and that's like part of my like OCD nature. But like all that detail and stuff, it's like meditation for me. It's like I'm not thinking about my problems. I'm just thinking about mark making, and then the very meditative, repetitive action of drawing little lines and stuff. It's really good for me. And I tell that to other people because I really value art therapy. I really value music therapy. I think it's a very viable source. I wish more people had healthy outlets. Another thing that helped me recover from anorexia, which is a form of self-harm, is taking all of that negative energy. Whenever I want to hurt myself, I just write about it or draw. Distract yourself. Yeah.
Inspiring words. Sorry for the technical issues, but
no worries.
So this is the part of the interview where you plug your stuff, any tours, any upcoming albums, any lesson packs perhaps.
That's so specific. What are you talking about? I'm just kidding. I guess in terms of what I have going on, I have the next year mapped out for me pretty much. Yeah, crazy. I used to not have anything on my agenda, but now I pretty much know the rest of my life. Yeah, so I have this tour to finish, then I'm going to immediately practice every day, get studio ready, and then we're going to go, I have another tour after this, a US acoustic tour with So Much Light. I'm really excited for that. Basically it's going to be the same thing as this, but with So Much Light, my friend.
Right.
And then I'm going to be practicing and then going to the studio in January to record with Mike Watts at Voodoo Studios. I'm going to be recording the new Covet EP, which is 6 tracks, and then piano album, which is $5 tracks. I don't know, I haven't stopped writing yet. So yeah, there's that. And then I'm probably going to go to the NAMM show, and then I'm going to, we're going to get ready for some exciting news that we have. And then probably hop on a tour to release our EP. So it'll be fun. I don't know who that tour is going to be with, but we're going to find one. And we're going to release our EP on that tour. Should be fun. After that, definitely going to try to film some playthrough videos and stuff.
Right, sick. So, yeah, that's the end of the interview. I'll put all the social media links down in the description for comment and all those tours and stuff. And see you guys later. Peace.
Bye!